Good morning, everyone. We're about to bring you the latest COVID-19 UAE updates. However, if you found this podcast through an article, which so many of you are doing, please hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts so you can get your Dubai news daily. Good morning, Dubai. How are you doing? Welcome back to Lovin Dubai show, where we go through all the trending stories that everyone in Dubai is talking about. Please stay tuned because later in the show we have the OG content creator, none other than Louis Sahi in studio. We had a Zoom interview, actually, it was a pre-record, but he's talking to us all about some very big news that he's dropping. So if you're a fan of his, please stay tuned. Also, we're talking about free tickets for the golf. The season has begun. It's getting cooler. We're going to talk about that. And also, a big story today. A man was arrested for posting abuse during a live stream on TikTok.
Man, speaking of golf, I lost my Top Golf voucher. Sucks. But we'll also be talking about a senior Dubai cop vouchers for 17-year-olds getting a driver's license, as well as OTP codes could be a scam tactic, even if it was sent out by the Dubai police.
But before we get into it all, we have big news. Simran has been busy on Dubizzle.
Yes.
Love Dubizzle, by the way.
We love Dubizzle. Oh my god, I think I've become a Dubizzle addict. Like sometimes when I'm really sleepy in the office, I'll just like go on Dubizzle and it wakes me right up because you see all the cheap stuff for sale. Oh.
It's so funny. You just change the word office with home. I'm sleeping at home when I procrastinate at home.
When am I ever home?
Evening time?
Oh, no.
What do you look for? The last day I was on it, I was like free stuff on Dubizzle. That's where I'm at in my life.
That page has the most disgusting stuff. Free stuff on Dubizzle. Have you ever seen anything worthwhile in the free page stuff?
The thing is, my Dubizzle exploration is purely just like imaginative. So I just scroll. Like I could be on Dubizzle, scrolling, looking at couches, scrolling, looking at TV units, scrolling, like looking at everything. Do I ever buy anything? Not too much, because then I think of like the logistics. I'm like, I can't actually go and get that to my house, and will it fit, and what's it actually going to be like, and then you're going to have to bargain when you get there. So,
but now things have changed for you, but that change is solely personal. You don't want to share that advantage that you have with your fellow colleagues.
She's shading me right now in a really obvious way. Okay, so Simran, tell them your big news first of all.
Getting a couch designer for like really cheap that I found on Dubizzle. And after an hour of negotiating non-stop with the packers and movers, as well as the people selling the couch, I got it to the price that I want. And now we're getting it, and it's coming home.
It's very exciting. Did you bargain? Have you seen it yet?
Haven't seen it in
real life. Oh, that's interesting. Dangerous territory.
I know it's dangerous, but it's like, you know what? It's fine.
But the thing is, furniture in Dubai, I feel like there's like such a scale, and like all the fancy brands are just like beyond expensive. So you're getting a crate and barrel couch.
But I remember I showed you the pictures, right? You saw the setting, and you yourself were like, okay, you know it comes from a good place.
It comes from a good home.
Good home. So it's maybe like, you know, safe to get into your home.
What was the usage description?
The usage description,
because it's like Netflix every night with takeout. Do they go that into it, or it's just like 3 to 5 years?
It's just the basic description. You know the template descriptions that Dubizzle gives you when you upload advertisements. So it's like 2 to 3 years, perfect inside out, used as much as one can expect, and it's like, you know what? I'll just take it. I'll take it. I'll take what I can get.
I'd be the same. Dubizzle, thank you for doing us a solid and for giving me things to scroll on the internet, and for Simran, a cheap fancy designer couch.
Yeah, thank you.
More on that, please. Please update us when you actually go and see it, because I really want to know.
It's coming in today.
I really hope it's what the pictures look like, because people can like hide the.
I'll send you pics.
Thank you. Let's jump into our top story. We'd love to get your thoughts on this. Instagram, we see you. Facebook, we see you. Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, the whole lot. And actually, speaking of TikTok, it brings us to our first story, because a man was arrested for posting abuse during a live stream on TikTok. Now, this is very interesting, considering the keyboard warriors among us and how freely people can tend to post negativity online. A Sharjah man was arrested 24 hours after a woman complained he abused her in the comments of her TikTok live stream. Now, just to give a bit of background, live streaming is online streaming media simultaneously recorded and broadcast in real time. So right now, we are in fact in a live stream. UAE police networks are simultaneously attacking cybercrime. Now, Sharjah police discussed a number of issues related to crimes of electronic fraud on the radio this week, and they basically talked about the number of ways fraudsters can attack a wide segment of society with different methods and how they can basically facilitate their criminal network using either text messages, telephone calls, WhatsApps, emails, and of course, the internet.
That is crazy. So after the live, the woman issued her complaint with Sharjah Public Prosecution, and within 24 hours, he was arrested before he was released on bail, according to Gulf News. People are reminded to use social media in a positive way. Cybercrime laws are taken seriously and extremely seriously, and can lead to jail time and massive fines.
It's so interesting because I think we know how serious cybercrime is here in the UAE, and in general, people usually err on the side of caution. So you don't have the massive, I guess, hate that you see in other countries, and I think that's what people quite like, because the media, specifically in other countries, can be very hateful, but you don't usually have, in the UAE, you don't have kind of public hate, right?
Yeah.
But things like live streams, because I guess after the live, the comments can be gone, people are more free. And I guess this Matt, like we don't actually have the specific lines he used, but I think the word threaten was used. He probably wasn't aware how much he was violating the law. But as Simran said, cybercrime laws here are so serious. They can lead to actually up to 500k fines and years in prison. That's a kind of like the higher scale of it. But if you are defamatory towards someone online, if you are threatening towards someone online, you're breaking the law here. And I think this is a great story to remind us of that. And also Sharjah police speaking on the radio this week, kind of talking about all of the different ways about different cybercrime as well. So it's just interesting.
I feel it's absolutely great for such laws to be there for cybercrime, because it really makes people think twice about trolling, sharing hateful and negative comments online, just getting abusive generally. And these laws are put in place to protect people from that kind of negativity online, especially school kids. And cyberbullying in the recent years has increased so much within schools and like upper classes, like year 6 and onwards. So these things are great. And now with people making fake accounts, Finstas, and staying anonymous.
Finsta is please explain to people.
Finsta, I actually didn't know what a Finsta was. That was a different version of Instagram, but it's a fake Instagram account, Finsta, that Shahir has a couple of.
Interesting, Shahir. Shahir is our producer, who's usually here with us. But just in terms of the cybercrime, I believe in the UAE are very lucky to have these laws, because you've seen, let's say, for example, after the Euros, the racism that went out online, and people were calling for the government to regulate social media platforms because of the sheer amount of negativity and hate that was going on online. We actually already have that in place here. And it's the type of thing that who's following who in this case, which country is following the other, because actually, as social media blossoms and grows and continues to be the massive beast that it is, there needs to be regulation, and cybercrime and hate is one of the places that it needs to be. And you mentioned kids and stuff growing up, like people like 13-year-olds are going to have phones in their hands from the age of 13. So do they, like, what's regulating that? So this is one of the things that we're not seeing as much hate online thanks to these laws, and we're seeing now with this story that the laws continue to be imposed.
Absolutely love that news. And speaking of the cops imposing regulations, we're going to move on to our next story. A senior Dubai cop vouches for 17-year-olds getting a driver's license. Now, what does every teen want in life ever? Graduating school. What do they look forward to? So it's graduating school, their first relationship, prom, and most of all, getting that driver's license. And vouching for youngsters was Major General Mohammed Saif Al-Zafin, assistant to the Commander-in-Chief of Dubai Police for Operations Affairs, who is all in favor of 17-year-olds obtaining a light motor license in the UAE, as understood from a video shared by the Dubai Police. Now, currently the legal age to drive here in the UAE is 18. However, eager teens can begin their training at the age of 17 and 6 months. And Major General Mohammed Saif Al-Zafin also defended his stance on the subject by adding that I respect all views, but my suggestion comes from a valid point. And as of now, youngsters can obtain a motorcycle license from the age of 17. However, the same doesn't apply for a driver's license. Now, elaborating on this, the chairman of the Federal Traffic Council added that we know driving a motorcycle is surrounded with dangers while driving a car is much safer.
And then he further added, raising the point that school children finish their studies at the age of 17. They have no form of transportation to get around after school. So the officer added that some families are forced to shell out major bucks and hire drivers for their kids until they're old enough to obtain a license, which is very, very interesting and a very valid point.
Yeah, and new UAE laws now permit students aged 15 and above to start working part-time jobs. And with this new directive allowing students the opportunity to work and study at the same time, the convenience of having a car increases all the more. And we did put up a poll on our Instagram asking, like, should 17-year-olds get a driver's license, yay or nay? And can you guess the results, Casey?
Well, I really can't, because I feel like our Instagram audience is very varied, and the UAE audience is made, what, the UAE is 10% Emiratis and 90% are from 200 other countries. So you have a lot of people with a lot of differing cultures in the way that they grew up. So I'm going to say yay, people are in favor of it.
Well, no.
Really?
60% are like nay and 40% are like yay. Literally, that's the percentage. Not even 62, it's 60 and 40%.
Okay.
And the comments are so mixed on our Instagram post and Facebook post. It's just people saying no, like we have so many reckless teens, but I think that goes that's all over the world. And with the UAE roads being so safe and so easy to drive on, people have the need for speed even more. You know, like you feel like speeding because the roads are just so easy to drive on and so smooth.
Well, I don't know about that. I think it's we've talked about this on the show before, because there was a campaign to cut down speeding, and I think it's a personality type.
Yeah, that's true. But so some were like, okay, places around the world, like for example the UK and not the UK, the UK, Australia, and the US, they start giving out licenses from the age of 17, which is like
16 in the US, I think.
16 in the US, 17 in the UK and Australia, and like that's the age that's kind of accepted everywhere else. So why not the UAE? And you know, like it makes it easier for parents not having that pick up and drop off early in the morning. You know, so for parents it makes it easier. For students who are going to now start working, it'll make it easier. But of course, a lot of mixed comments.
Yeah, it was interesting that it was brought up by Dubai Police, so I'm sure we'll see more of it. It's just countries do what works for them, right? Because in Ireland we have from 17 you have a learner's permit, so from 17 you have to have an adult who has had a driver's license for 5 years in your car with you for a full year. So it's quite strict. So I'm sure when the UAE roll it out, they'll find something that suits the people here, because like you said, I don't know about the need for speed, but there has been massive campaigns to cut down speeding and all those kind of like noisemakers in cars. And then in that post by Dubai Police, they did say that the majority is a younger driving audience. So that is probably why they are cautious to bring in these rules if there is a young population who, the thing is, you have nicer cars here than you do in other places. Could you imagine the sweet 17 presents we would see on TikTok if they brought that in?
Oh my God. Someone in the comments for Facebook is like, I just hope this news doesn't get to my son. He's turning 17 this week.
It's so true. Like you can see like moms at home being like, no, stay closer, don't drive away.
But so in the YouTube video that was shared by Dubai Police, the officer did mention like the UAE has, like, you know, with every country, like you said, like they do what works for them. And with the UAE, with the amount of smart technology that they're introducing, they can just have something in place to regulate this as well, like AI technology or like bans that can monitor new drivers on the road, or apps that they have to have on their phone for up to a year as they get their license.
Interesting.
So, you know, it monitors their speed levels, it monitors all of that. But yeah, like with technology evolving, I'm sure the regulations, it'll be much easier to regulate those on the road.
True. And Stephen King has jumped in with a very practical comment. He said, okay, so I'm sure students would appreciate this, but the cost of another car, also parking, SALIC, petrol insurance, home parking space. So 17-year-olds are like, yes, and parents are like, no.
Yeah. Is that Stephen King? That's my professor.
Oh, he's thinking of it from the student mindset or from the parent mindset.
Stephen King.
Hi, Stephen. Let's jump into our next story. Free tickets for the DP Tour Championship Golf are available now. 'Tis the season for international events in the UAE, and one of the biggies on the sporting circuit looms. So the 2021 DP World Tour Championship Dubai is coming to Jumeirah Golf Estates from November 18th until the 21st, and golfers will battle it out to be crowned the European. It's like the European #1 at the 4th Rolex Series event of the 2021 season. As you are aware, it is a huge weekend of golf, food and drinks in the sunshine. And if you'd like to enjoy it all free of charge, you simply need to apply for your ticket right now. And it's free, and it's fantastic because in other countries they have the golf and it's not free, but you can go for free if you apply now.
And as always, it's not just about the golf. The village is back with heaps of entertainment and foodie options. You can also hit the ultimate fan experience at the 16th Green Hospitality Lounge or get a professional viewing platform on the 18th Green. A fab day out for all.
So yes, you can level up with those hospitality experiences. But it's fantastic. I mean, that wasn't around last year. We're just seeing the UAE opening so much. And if you love the golf, if you love the sunshine, to be honest, you can like the golf a little bit, but also enjoy the sunshine. And they always have entertainment. Like the village is such great atmosphere. And it's just so amazing to see like thousands of people from all over Dubai coming onto the golf course because you just don't get to do that usually. So it's a really nice day out if you're looking for it, and it's free. It's free.
You know, as when we were young, my mom used to send us for golf lessons and horse riding. And golf, I never really like got it. You know, it was just like, ugh, not my thing. My sister was really good at it, and now I'm like, why did I never listen to her? Why didn't I ever play it? Like, it's such an elite kind of vibe when you go and watch people, or when you go and play, or when you're just in the whole golf course itself. Oh.
Simran's mom, are you watching? Simran has just admitted that
she's always one step ahead of the game.
All mums are. It's so true. So many things. I'm like, why do I not listen to my mom?
And they always say that.
They're always right.
When you grow up, you're gonna ask me why I didn't push you to do it. You're gonna thank me later, but oh.
It's literally a revolving cycle of growing up thinking you know best, becoming an adult, probably not knowing best, but having an idea of what's right, and then your kids are like, no, and you're like, listen to me. I can't imagine the torture parents must go through for like 16 for teenagers, like trying to tell them what's right and trying to tell them how important, okay, you know, studying, but like how important having passions is, having hobbies is, pursuing interests. But then if your teenager has an interest that's totally not in what you believe is a good career path, you're trying to steer their interest back. Any parents, any thoughts on this?
But it's so tough being a parent, honestly. Like, just knowing what mine went through, it's a never-ending worry. Like, for parents, the worry never ends. Ever.
The worry doesn't end, specifically when we're talking so much about internet scams and what's happening right now. We talked yesterday about a scam on Instagram, and now we have another one.
Exactly. So OTP codes could be a scam tactic, even if it's sent out by the Dubai police. Now, Dubai residents are always talking about the latest scams and how elaborate they're getting. It's a little ridiculous, but if you can spot the fishiness, you'll always be on the safe side. Now, it goes from a simple Emirates Post email, which is an old scam, like a lottery, like you've won, and it's pretty much done, you know, like at this point, you kind of know you've not won anything, nor are you winning anything unless you've applied for a lottery, like a legit one. Now, to more sophisticated schemes like clicking URLs and sharing codes. Now, speaking of sharing codes and OTPs, they're only sent for when you ask from a website or an app, and when you are the one kind of initiating the OTP, like when you sign up for a new app and you are the one that's kind of requesting for one, that's when you know it's legit. If it's randomly sent out to you, it is not. Now, no one would actually call to get a code from you, even if it's sent by the official police SMS thread. Now, if you got OTPs from the Dubai police through an SMS, but you didn't really try to verify anything, run. It's a scam. And scam alert, Dubai police will never call to ask for an OTP, although getting a text message.
I was just agreeing with you. They won't call you.
Oh, they won't. Oh, if they do, leave the country. Although getting a text message from the police seems pretty legit, you have to stop to question its purpose, because scams are everywhere these days. And how can you tell it's a red flag? Now, Dubai police will never call to ask for an OTP, and Dubai police will never call from a 050 number or any other variation of that. So what happened? In this situation that we're talking about specifically, a Lovin Dubai employee got a call from a random 050 number asking for a code that was sent out via SMS, and the employee didn't give out any information or codes away instantly and actually rushed the nearest police station to ask if it was legit. And the police officers asked the employee to report the incident through the Dubai Police app and state the number that made the call. And when the Lovin employee entered the report, the app requested for an OTP, and it was sent to the exact same thread and had the unsolicited codes. But the officers said that it's okay to enter that code because it was something that was requested from the user itself.
So who was behind the phone call? Most importantly, this is actually still a mystery. How were the codes sent via official Dubai police? Also a mystery. It goes to show how elaborate schemes are getting, and being vigilant is more important now than ever before. We spoke about it yesterday in terms of being vigilant on Instagram. You basically need to have sharp eyes on your text messages, on your calls coming through, on your emails. I got the Emirates Post email yesterday. Again, I've ordered something online, and the Emirates Post email is asking me for a small donation towards these scammers, which is probably going to be bigger than I thought. Dubai police are on it. They are very aware of a lot of these scams, so be aware of that. Continue to report it. Continue to report it to the platform. So, for example, if it's Instagram, report it there, report it to the police. It's just incredible how sophisticated these scams are becoming.
But honestly, the guts to hack the Dubai police's SMS thread.
But the thing is, are they in the country? That's the thing.
Guts. It takes some level of thinking to, what is the most ultimate scam?
What's the ultimate scare tactic? We thought it's get an email from your boss, but no, it's an OTP code from Dubai police.
It's just the scams are leveling up, not in praise of them at all. Just saying, you guys, everyone, we just have to be so careful and vigilant, like Casey said, when you're online getting any SMSs, any calls, texts, emails, any form of messaging via online platforms, just know scams are leveling up.
Before we move on, a quick hello and good morning to everyone who's joined us on Facebook. Narisha is talking about things that I think she's bought on Dubizzle. She bought a nice set of glasses, which is very nice. Miracle Dila says, I love Dubai from Malaysia. We love Malaysia from Dubai. We'd love to visit one day. And thank you to everyone on Instagram. Instagram, we'll see you in a second. But joining us after the break, one of the OGs of content creation in the UAE, we have Louay Sahi, who has racked up millions of followers and views, but is now moving beyond content creation and turning towards helping others deliver great content. Stay tuned, we'll be with you right after this. Lovin Extra is here. This is the new membership, and while absolutely nothing changes for our readers, extra members get access to premium content, exclusive competitions, and first look for tickets and access to the coolest events across the city, and Lovin merch. If you subscribe right now, a very cool Lovin Red Eco Water bottle will be delivered to your door. Back to the Lovin Dubai show. We are now joined by the biggest content creator in Dubai with over 1.5 million followers, storyteller, and now entrepreneur. Welcome to the show, Louay Sahi. How are you doing?
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
We're very excited to have you on because we just had a kind of a quick summary of what you do, and there's a whole lot. So can you kind of give people a summary of your current role?
Current roles.
Current roles, exactly.
So I've started in the media industry back in Belgium as a creative director in advertising, and then I moved here in Dubai in 2012, and I became a YouTuber 6 years ago. And by becoming a YouTuber, so first of all, my life changed in all angles, all perspectives, everything changed. I shifted from an industry to another. And then I stepped into production for my own videos on YouTube, and this is where I started to think about opening a production house. Today I am a YouTuber, I'm a director, creative director as well, and entrepreneur as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot going on. But why people will probably recognize you is your incredible content creation career, starting on YouTube and then moving on to different platforms.
Yeah.
So what type of content were you creating that you really felt resonated with the audience at first?
So at first I didn't really focus on an audience. The way I stepped into social media was very different from a reason why you would start today. I was looking for a place where I could gather all the memories of my life in them. And I found that YouTube is a great platform for me to create videos with my friends, family, trips, the society we live in, the societies that we discover. And the big end goal was for me to one day watch all this with my future kids.
That's so interesting. What a beautiful way to start creating.
So that's why for me, I've never really looked at an audience or what the audience wants. It has always been like an album, a personal album for me. And just happened that some videos went viral and people started to like the lifestyle, the humor, I think the simplicity as well. I'm not portraying, let's say, an enhanced lifestyle. I'm just portraying the normal lifestyle that most people are living. So that's why I think it connected with people.
And how did you then go from, I guess, creating a storybook to becoming part of your career?
Yeah, so it's a struggle in the beginning because you work from what you love and your main passion is telling stories. And then you realize you have to also survive in a huge city that is fast-paced and everything. There's every day something new happening, so you have to maintain financially, mentally, everything. So the passion had to become a career and a business. But I always wanted to stay a creator, and it was so hard for me to put the hat of a businessman, or I didn't like sitting in meetings and all of these things, but I learned with time, and now I'm enjoying it as much as I'm enjoying being a creator. So I have two hats, and before it was very hard for me to flip them, but now it's so easy.
After years. Well, that's, I think, inspiration to anyone who's trying to make that jump. But let's say, for example, if you're creating something that's so authentic and you have, let's say, millions of followers, what is it like when you're doing something for a very simple reason, but if you get different responses from people on social media, how do you respond, and how was it kind of building your community?
Yeah, so my community basically, all of them are in the Middle East. So the advantage we have in the Middle East, that mentality is almost the same compared to if you speak in English, you have people from all over the world following you. So cultures are different, religions are different, boundaries are different. So I didn't really face differences from my audience, and my content was family content. It was fun, entertaining. I didn't really give too many opinions. I gave my personal experiences and the thing that I've never faced different opinions from my audience. And I think I connected so much with them because I've lived abroad, and I brought something new with me in the region. And most of the people who follow me, they don't necessarily have the tools that I had when I grew up. So I shared all of that.
Tools?
I mean, I got an education in Europe. Most of my audience, because I speak with my Iraqi dialect, I have Iraqi audience, I have audience in Algeria, I have in Egypt, and people my age didn't have the chance that I had when I was a kid by living in Europe, traveling the world. So I've always shared all of that. So even if they have never been to Paris, I've showed them Paris, and I spoke so much about it. If they've never had sushi, I've spoke about sushi, and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
from your own
this was
point
all
of
in the
view.
beginning. So we connected so much.
Can you remember, I guess, like maybe from the beginning or at any point, what's your favorite piece of content that you've created?
My favorite piece of content, it was the documentary of why I started my first vlog on YouTube. So I was on Snapchat in the beginning, and I used to do comedy stuff. And then one day I received a message from a fan in Iraq, and she had cancer, and it was a very late stage. And her dream was to come to Dubai, but she can't. So I grabbed the camera. I went to, can we name stores here? Yeah, Virgin Megastore. And bought my very first camera, and I filmed my first vlog, and it was not meant to go viral. It was just a video for this girl. Wow. I showed her Dubai. I started in Old Dubai, then went to downtown Marina, and the conversation was me and her, and it was just a gift. That's like, to me, it was the minimum I could do to her. And the next thing I know, the video went viral and people started to ask for more. Like, what is this? What is this vlogging? It was not even a thing in the Middle East. So this is how it started. And this documentary is very important to me because in 5 minutes, it shows you the difference between an influencer and a content creator, a storyteller and a celebrity. So I always show it to people who have time to try to understand who I am.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called Places. It's on YouTube.
Well, I'd heard the story before, and it's just such a beautiful one. How does it feel to have that kind of real impact on followers, that you are showing them something so fresh and new and exciting?
Yeah, so it's first of all, it makes me proud, but then it makes me also feel responsible of anything I say, because when people look at you, not everyone, but when some people look at you as a mentor, you have to be very careful of what you say, the way you say things. So it becomes more and more hard because you start to filter yourself, because so many different people are following you, and different ages, different ethnicities, different let's say social communities. So but at the end of the day, it's you feel pride because it's a gift to be followed because of what you think or what you do. It's really a gift.
Would you say, as your following grew, I guess kind of having to bite your tongue a little bit, if that's what you're saying, would that be one of the biggest challenges for kind of growing platforms, do you think?
Yeah, well, my mindset when I came here before being a YouTuber was very Western, and I met suddenly on YouTube and on Instagram a Middle Eastern community, and there was a shock because I was kind of too open-minded for what they're used to. But then we found a middle ground. Now, do I filter myself? No, but there are some topics that I avoid to not hurt anyone's feeling. But if there is something that really matters, I would always step on stage and talk about it and film it. And if you don't make a change, you're just wasting your time.
You guys will follow the storyteller, but now you're moving in, like we've already said, into an entrepreneurship role and creating Sahi Media.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it.
So Sahi Media has the DNA of everything I just mentioned, except it's putting the spotlight on other people than me and brands as well. So we tell stories to get people and brands exposed. The creative aspect is always there. We always come up with a fresh idea, a new idea to promote someone or to promote a product or to communicate. So it's basically an advertising agency, but it has that cool hip side to it because it's run by a YouTuber. It's run by
who has actual content creation experience. Because sometimes in these industries, the people don't have content creation experience.
Exactly, and most. So what I found out is that we never really looked for clients because people know the name and they know the quality of work, and they've always come when they need something specific. The funny part is my sister and my brother are part of the company as well. So my brother is head of production. My sister is more PR. And I got married 6 months ago.
Congratulations.
I told my wife,
nice.
Thank you. I had to.
Beautiful, congratulations.
So my wife is also with us now in the company. So it's that very nice family business.
Amazing.
And so we're managing talents, we're managing campaigns, we're doing all the things we love actually, and all the things that we learned the hard way because we were the first generation creating content from scratch. So we've done the first mistakes, we sat in the first meetings as creators, so we know this industry very well. So we always have a step ahead of the game, but it's challenging. It's also challenging.
Well, I'm sure it will be, but interesting that you're starting a family business, because personally I think it's the dream to be working with family. But also because you can be so honest and you can be so passionate and you can like bang the door and then the next day everything's all good. Have you experienced any kind of family challenges?
Not yet, because we are all very different. So my brother is a genius, technical, into production. My sister is she's just so positive every time. So you cannot really have any argument with her or a challenge with her. And I'm more navigating the boat through the connections I made on social media, through the events I go to. And my wife is very strong at management, so we're all very different, and we're lucky. It's really a luck. Now the challenge would be, you have to talk differently, because at the end of the day, it's family. You cannot really have colleague to colleague conversation and then suddenly, it's my brother at the same time. So you have to be a bit more flexible, I guess.
But it is amazing what you're doing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's just because what's so interesting is so many times on the show we have people becoming content creators, and it's always that advice, but you actually become full circle because you're industry, content creation, and now back to industry with your family. So it's an amazing story.
Yeah, and I think it's more powerful that I am empowering new talents than keep everything for myself. So today we have more than 20 talents who are signed with Sahi Media, and I'm giving them all the knowledge. So I'm giving them coaching sessions, I'm giving them strategy sessions about content creation, and I'm giving them all the knowledge I have, the connections I have, because I can give my message to 20 people who will be able to give it even stronger.
100%.
So this is what I love, and I think we're growing up as well. So you have this sense of being responsible.
Passing the buck on to the next generation. Amazing. It's so interesting because we literally had a content creator saying what he wants to do is pass on his knowledge. So you're already there. So maybe we'll connect you.
Yeah.
Here, good luck, guys. That's Sahi Media. If people want to get in touch with you, how can they do that?
On Instagram.
On Instagram.
Me personally, Lowy Sahi, and my company, Sahi Media.
Guys, that is it for us on the Lovin Dubai show. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We're back with you every day, same time, same place. Stay safe, wash your hands. We'll see you then. Guys, that is a wrap for the Lovin Daily. We are back same time, same place every weekday morning. And of course, don't miss the Lovin Show every Tuesday where I chat with Dubai personalities. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and have a great day.